Well, it is the weekend, and every weekend there's some new movies, and we go out to talk to Michael Snyder, who spends his life watching this crap. Most of it crap. What percentage would you say is crap?
I would say 75% is crap. No, let's say 50. I want to be egalitarian here. 50-50.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. Maybe 10% is really good, and the rest, down to 50%, is probably mediocre, and then the rest is crap.
That would be fair. And of course, when it comes to crap, no one shovels it quite like Michael Bay. And, look, it's summertime, blockbusters are here, but no blockbuster is truly created equal to another. Not all of them are the same. I enjoyed Godzilla. I really loved Captain America, too. Going back to, the Avengers, there are movies that earn my attention on the big screen. But the Transformers Age of Extinction, and boy, if only this was Extinction for this particular franchise. It's, a toy-driven, loud, special effects-laden bore. And, I mean, initially you're still marveling at the quality of the amazing computer animation, because you can't help it, because it's getting so good. I watched the finale of Orphan Black the other day, and even this television series has managed to allow one actress to play like 4 different iterations in the same scene, and it's plausible. That's what they can do. So giant robots from outer space turning into sports cars and trucks. Oh, yeah, man, we can do this in our sleep. Although, of course, it takes thousands of people to do it in their sleep, and thousands and thousands, nay, millions of dollars. So Mark Wahlberg is the star of this 4th Transformers film, and they're as weak as they've been since the top. Apparently, there's a race of robots in conflict with other robots, and they've made Earth their battleground. And the change is that the U.S. government, in specific a black ops unit run by Kelsey Grammer, has acquired the talents of an inventor played by Stanley Tucci, and they're trying to use, are you ready for this? Transformium, the alien metal that's apparently been here on Earth for thousands of years, to make their own Transformers. Kind of, I guess it's the equivalent of the Star Wars, defense shield that Reagan tried to shove through Congress. Anyway, Mark Wahlberg plays a kind of a hapless inventor, good guy he's also a single dad with the hot girl, teenage girl, is his daughter. Oh, God, forget it. It's just, you thank the gods every time Stanley Tucci's on screen, because at least he's funny. John Goodman voices one of the robots. I don't even want to say any more about it. It's just bull. It's just bull. When it comes to sci-fi, you can get some confusing, weird stuff. You can get some things that may be too thoughtful. You can get some movies that maybe go over people's heads or just confounding. And I thought Snowpiercer was a pretty terrific film with a shockingly compelling performance by Chris Evans, who actually also is the Captain America of Captain America. And it's directed by Bong Joon-ho, the Korean director who did The Host and Mother and a few other really cool films. And this thing is about the post-apocalyptic perpetual motion train that houses humanity after the whole planet freezes over. And how this thing managed to hold my interest, there's a revolution on the train. There are different stratas of society on the train. And so eventually, of course, there's conflict. But it's a moving train that never stops. Really fascinating choice of performers besides Chris Evans, Jamie Bell, and John Hurt, and Tilda Swinton in a role that was meant for a man originally, but she's pretty androgynous. Octavia Spencer. I mean, Ed Harris is in this thing. I thought it was, maybe his reach exceeded his grasp, but I was fascinated by it. I don't know that everyone is going to enjoy Snowpiercer, but the idea of a new ice age and the only people alive are on a train that never stops running is very, very cool. And I thought I enjoyed it. I think you should see it, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it. It is pretty confounding, though. Snowpiercer in various theaters here in the beautiful U.S. of A. Begin Again is the second film by writer-director John Carney. His first film won some Oscar love, It was called Once, and it was about an itinerant musician in Dublin who meets an Eastern European refugee girl, and they make beautiful music together, but there are romantic conflicts. In this case, he's got a bigger budget, he's got more famous actors, and in fact, you got Mark Ruffalo as a ne'er-do-well record company executive who's being booted out of the company he started, and he stumbles across a young, wispy-voiced singer in a New York cafe, and decides this girl's going to be my ticket back to star power. I'll make a bundle with her. It's going to be great. She, on the other hand, is just split up from her boyfriend, played by the obnoxious Maroon 5 voice guy, Adam Levine. And, he's in this movie, which is a mark against it. And Keira Knightley plays the girl, and she has this kind of thin but appealing voice, and there are original songs or whatever, but I think Once was like lightning in a bottle. And as these guys struggle to put her record together and get her the attention she deserves as a singer-songwriter, and this is her fuck you to her boyfriend.
This is the interesting thing. I mean, that, as successful as you would like to think Once was, it wasn't that successful. It was a well-received movie. It got rave reviews, but it didn't do incredible box office. The Broadway show has made oodles more money than the movie ever did.
That's so crazy and ironic. And I love the film, and I haven't seen the show, but I do know that it turned into a cash cow. And, he was able to have Catherine Keener play the Ruffalo character's estranged wife. He got Haley Steinfeld to play the daughter, the angry daughter. James Corden, massive star in the UK, and he actually won a Tony in the States playing the chubby best friend of the Keira Knightley character. Mos Def, CeeLo Green. It's packed with talented or interesting or surprising choices, but I just felt it didn't really capture my heart the way Once did. And, I like to see films of this nature, but I just I still left it feeling like a little disappointed. Mm-hmm. I wished it had been better. Let's see, something more interesting is how bad talented comedians can be and how unfunny they can be in the most strained and ham-fisted of circumstances. They Came Together is a new movie by the director of Wet Hot American Summer, David Wayne, a guy who has at least made a film like that, which I totally loved. And in this case, he decides to take on, with a pretty power-packed cast, the romantic comedy conventions that have been beaten to death in all those Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan movies. They Came Together is all about the meet cute of a Paul Rudd character and an Amy Poehler character, Joel and Molly. He works for a big candy company, and he's going to close down her sweet little boutique candy store. And, of course, they fall in love. He has an ex who's hot, played by Kobe Smulders. She's hit on by her accountant, played by Ed Helms. They tell their story at dinner to another couple, and that couple's played by Bill Hader and Ellie Kemper from The Office. And there's a lot of people salted in here. Jack McBrayer, Kenan Thompson. No one is funny. There's not a single funny moment in this film. And as close as it comes to hitting all those romantic cliches, they never even earned a smile. They came together. I'd rather they didn't. I wish they hadn't. Okay, I want to wrap this thing up with Borgman, which is the most twisted film I've seen in a very long time. A Dutch movie in certain art houses about a guy who's he seems like a force of nature. He comes crawling out from a hiding hole in the ground with a bunch of other friends while pursued by a priest and some other vigilante types, and he insinuates himself into the home of a suburban family, and it is out of control, and it's very, very twisted. And again, subtitles, it's a Dutch film, but Borgman was as original as a bizarro black comedy thriller gets, written and directed by a guy named Alex Van Warmerdam. If you can get a chance to even catch Borgman on, streaming video or stuff, it's messed up and in the best possible way. That's the narrative stuff. Quick recommendation for The Internet's Own Boy, the story of Aaron Swartz, which is all about the young prodigy who busted into the computer business and actually helped develop the Internet Protocol RSS, co-founded Reddit, and decided to use his skills for social justice, and actually gets popped for downloading a bunch of documents off the MIT server and is facing jail sentence and a massive fine, 35 years in prison possibly, and $1 million fine. He ends up killing himself. This is the documentary about this guy, and I thought it was compelling, and particularly, in the wake of Edward Snowden and WikiLeaks and all the rest of that. The Internet's Own Boy is a movie you should see if you get a chance. And finally, we do want to talk about Whitey, the United States of America versus James J. Bulger. This guy, I think, inspired James Woods' character in the Showtime dramatic series Ray Donovan. He is a career criminal from Boston.
Wait a minute. He inspired the Jack Nicholson character in the Scorsese film, The Departed.
He did that as well.
That is the big thing.
I liked Ray Donovan. Come on, I just want to say recently.
Just saying that Whitey Bulger. It was based on. It was based on a Japanese film, but then they based the core of it on real events in Boston, and it happened. The Jack Nicholson character is Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely fair. But also, if you've seen Ray Donovan and saw that character,
lesser so.
It's fairly recent. Anyway, it's all about the trial. And it's a documentary that tells the story of this gangster who was said to be an informant and has been fighting the government's accusations, and also in the process revealing what might be a very deep vein of corruption in government law enforcement. So the Academy Award-nominated director Joe Berlinger, who did Paradise Lost, Brothers Keeper, Metallica, Some Kind of Monster, he did this thing, and I think it's pretty compelling, but you're left feeling kind of, you've got to make up your own mind about his innocence or guilt here.
Right.
Anyway, that's about it. That's what we got in video and audio and movie stuff. What do you got in television?
Nothing much, actually. I mean, there's a new show on FX called Tyrant, which is done by the same people that did 24 and Homeland. And it's I'll give it another try to see if it picks up. I never go by just the first episode. And anything else? Not really. I tell you, I did go see. I'll tell you, yesterday I had nothing to do, and I didn't want to go see a movie that girlfriend might want to go see. So I went and saw 22 Jump Street. The reason why movies are so bad today is they have lowered the expectations so badly that they make films like this one. I thought it was just horrendous. I think the only thing funny about it was something you mentioned, was that it makes fun of sequels. But outside of that, I mean, the most brainless piece of crap you could possibly imagine.
It's only the meta jokes that really appealed to me in any way, shape, or form in this thing. But, at the same time, I just felt like...
But it's everything that's wrong with movies today. It really is.
You mean Jonah Hill?
Well, no, Jonah Hill is capable of doing a good acting job in good pictures. But this thing, I mean, it's just the brainless kind of pap that America is swallowing these days. And when you feed them a steady diet of that, that's all they're going to want.
Product.
And let me see here. Anything else? Nah, I don't think so. Nothing really exciting. Defiance is back on, a show I kind of like. And
True Blood is back. One of the great comedies on television.
It was just absolutely horrendous this week. That show has so run out of steam that I may not watch the rest of the season.
I seriously look at it as a comedy, and I thought last season was very funny.
Well, I think that ever since what's his name, Alan Ball, quit running the show, it's been running on fumes, just running on fumes. So,
well, I did manage to catch up to the first few episodes of the new season of In the Flesh, and boy, you were right. It's really.
Wait till you get to the last episode.
I'm on tenterhooks. I really am.
Wait till you get to number 6. It's really it'll make you cry.
Well, I will say this: I'm weeping every time I have to go into another lame movie. Like you said, most of them are pretty bad, but I will continue to fight the good fight.
Yeah. Well, that's Michael Snyder, and it's his Culture Blast, which can also be found. Where can you find Culture Blast out?
Well, you can check me out at Twitter at Culture Blaster, and go to the Michael Snyder's Culture Blast page to hear reruns of this show and other shows that Alex and I have done and various other things.
And, of course, you can hear him every week on Gabnet reviewing the movies as well, or go to us at gabroadcaster.com. Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
And nothing next week, Michael, because it's the 4th of July and we're taking the week off. So, okay?
Okay.
All right. We ran out of theme. Thank you, Michael. Bye.
Enjoy your independence.